Hey, good morning. How is everybody today? It's a nice brisk morning here in North Carolina. It's about, I guess 50 something degrees. So actually a little bit cooler than usual from what I remember. Fix this right quick. But yeah, so I wanted to give you guys a little, spider web. Oh man, give you guys a little assumption on where I think Front Row Motorsports is going to land their operations next year. So without further ado, drum roll please. So I'm just speculating, just purely speculation, don't know. So going off of just some factual things, some interviews, Anthony Alfredo has mentioned mainly one out of post race when he wrecked in freaking not Texas, was it Texas? Wherever we raced last weekend, Texas, yeah. He wrecked, and he made a comment about partnering back up with Speedy Cash next year. Well, Speedy Cash is not an Anthony Alfredo sponsor. That's a fact. Okay, they are basically Front Row Motorsports sponsor. Now, I think they might dabble around with some other Xfinity guys or whatever here and there, but that's a FRM sponsorship. I think McDowell had them last year a couple times, and John Hunter Nemechek last year, and now this year. So, and then Todd Gilliland's had them. So that's more of a team thing. So for him to say that, boy, that really makes me think that they're going to do Cup next year. So I got some bold predictions on Front Row Motorsports, what I think might happen. So it's tough. All right, let's try to unpack this. Matt DiBenedetto, looking for a ride, made a very strong comment about how he wants to race with a team who backs his support for the military and how he's, a devoted Christian and everything else. Well, Front Row Motorsports is all of that. Their owner, their general manager, traditionally their drivers have been huge believers of faith, very patriotic, all-American guys. And they will tell you that. I mean, Michael McDowell has a cross on his, thing on his name. John Hunter Nemechek the same way. David Reagan, huge, follower of faith. So that's a good team for them. They will let Matty D express himself, because that's what they believe. And that's really the foundation of Bob Jenkins' businesses. Loves travel stops, good old, American type of rest stop and this and that. So, so with that said, what's going to happen next year? That's what you're asking me, Jeremy. Like, what? Give us some news. Tell us what's going on. Well, I'll tell you what I think's going on. I think there's two things that happen. There's two, well, maybe three outcomes. I'll give y'all three. So the first, they keep with Alfredo. He stays in Cup, and they're definitely keeping McDowell. I mean, that's a open, airtight argument. There's no wavering from that. That's a fact. So they keep McDowell. All right. The next one is, so then you say, well, what do you do with Alfredo? Well, I think if Alfredo stays in Cup, then I think they're going to move Todd Gilliland into Xfinity. They've talked about moving it into Xfinity. So there's two options. You're going to have a whole lot of Cup inventory that will move down to Xfinity. So Cup teams can sell that and make money. Maybe not a ton of money, but they'll make money. So does it make more sense to just take those cars and run Xfinity? Or does it make more sense to sell them and put that towards a new next-gen car? So, and with that said, do you let Todd Gilliland, roll with the trucks again? Or do you put him in Xfinity? Personally, I think Todd Gilliland's spinning his wheels in Xfinity. I think that John Hunter Nemechek and guys like that should be, Sheldon Creed's moved to Xfinity. So, a lot of the peers that Todd Gilliland's going to be with are going to Xfinity. And here's my thing with that is, there's nothing wrong with staying in trucks, but strike while the iron's hot, I think that it'd be better for them to go to Xfinity. I think they've got the inventory, the cars are built, a lot of the money will be gone. And you can sell the trucks. They are coming out with the newer body style, but I think the chassis and stuff, you can still sell the truck parts. So there's options. And in the same breath of air, you could say, well, you could use the truck stuff from next year, So, I don't know. I'd like to see them move Todd out of the trucks. He's been in the trucks now for 3 years now. So I think that's good, and then look, he got eliminated from the first round, but look how good he's been. He's had a best average finish than almost anybody. He dominated out there in, what was it? Is it Vegas? Not Vegas. Where are we running at? That he killed it, man. Not Texas. Was it Kansas, maybe? I can't remember. But anyways, a couple races ago, whatever ones came out of Bristol and Talladega and Darlington. But, yeah, so I think they need to move him. Now, if he goes to Xfinity, Alfredo stays in Cup, McDowell stays in Cup. That's a given. That's got to happen. So now the next question rolls around, though. What if they sign Matt D? What if this whole time Matt D was kind of the guy that kept the second chart around? I don't think Matt D has a whole lot of sponsors on his own. He's kind of said that. So then what? Well, if that happens and they sign Matt D, I think that they move Alfredo down to Xfinity, let him get some more experience, and they keep Todd in trucks. I don't see them running 2 Xfinity cars. I don't think it's going to happen. So now the reason why I don't think they're going to sign Matt D is, you got to think about it, that's a whole extra organization. They'd have 4 drivers in their inventory instead of 3. And at that point, you got to kind of ask yourself, okay, how much can they afford? I don't know if they can swing that, but if that happens, they're definitely moving Alfredo down to Xfinity. So now with that also said, I'll be honest with you, Front Row does year-to-year contracts, I'm pretty sure. I think McDowell's going to probably ask for more money, and I would too. I think he's definitely earned it. I don't know how much more, but it's going to be more in the payroll. And I think that Alfredo, honestly, I don't think he'll really get any money at all. I think he'll get about the same as he got, maybe a couple cents more, but God bless him, but to me, he's kind of done what he's needed to do as a rookie, sort of, kind of. But I don't think he's earned a better paycheck, really. If I was his owner, I don't know if I'd give him much more money. I think he's just kind of done his job, and that's it. I don't think he's really excelled. So, Todd Gilliland, I imagine he's going to command more money. He won a big COTA race, He's been killing it, crushing it. He's almost had a bunch of wins. I think he's going to ask for more money on his salary. So, hell, I'd almost say that Todd Gilliland's going to be making more money than Alfredo if I had to guess. Just to be honest with you, he's just been in the organization longer, and look at the numbers he's putting up. Yeah, he might be a truck guy, but he's crushing it. So it's kind of like, hey. So anyways, so with that said, real quick, so I like Alfredo, I like McDowell. I don't think McDowell is the hottest Cup driver in the world or the greatest, but he's, you know, he's something. With that said, do I think that, what do I think about Alfredo? Well, I think sometimes you gotta give people a chance. I mean, you know, he's no Kyle Larson, but look at Kyle Larson now compared to when he was a Chip Ganassi. You know, I mean, there's plenty of drivers we can reference that are, you know, that when you give them some chance, they get better. Some don't. You know, guys like Landon Castle, God bless them, but they just kind of stayed where they are no matter where they go. So, I think Alfredo kind of deserves a second chance. I think that we kind of cut people too quick in NASCAR, but I would say that this next year, I would say, you know, we're going to need to see substantial improvements from guys like him, because if not, then they're just, you know, they're either not ready for Cup or you need to figure it out, you know what I mean? So, you know, and it's kind of like AJ Allmendinger. I mean, he struggled in Cup, went down to Xfinity, got with a good team, good organization. You know, look where he's at now. Can he replicate that in Cup? You know, Daniel Suarez went with SHR, was kind of a dud. Got with this new Trackhouse team and doing pretty damn good. So, you know, I think that he needs some time to develop. Super nice kid. I've met him in person, actually. Nice guy. Really good guy. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see the verdict on that. I'd like to see Todd Gillen in Xfinity. I think he's totally ready. I think it's going to be a little bit of a growing pain, and, you know, he might stumble a little bit, but, you know, Todd Gillen is, everything about Todd is just speaking Cup. You know, the way that he's patient throughout a race and everything, that's a Cup thing. You know, the way how he likes long green flag runs, that's a Cup thing, you know. He gets better on long runs. You know, that's Truck Xfinity. It's all about, you know, mainly short runs, go, go, go. So that mentality will suit him well. He's good on restarts. He's got a lot of good ingredients for a Cup driver, I think. And I think FRM is knowing that. And unfortunately for everyone else, I don't think with the alliance that Todd Gillen and David Reagan and those guys have with FRM and how they're kind of in bed with each other, I don't think Todd Gillen's going to go anywhere. I think he's going to stay with the family, and I don't think money is the end of the road for Todd Gillen. I really don't. He's a different kind of guy. He's like his dad, very humble beginnings. You know, he's the type of dude I think that would say, hey, if you can't give me more money this year, I'll still race with you, you know. So I don't see him jumping around. I think he's been with the KBMs and all them other teams, and he's, you know, he's got a team that is built around him. He built that truck team from scratch. He did that with him and Chris Lawrence, who have been together since, you know, his K&N days. You know what I mean? So those guys are good. They're buddies. They get along. You know, they're friends outside the track. They do things together. They have a strong relationship. And Todd is well mature, but beyond his ages. So I think he's perfect for FRM. You know, and everybody who's raced for Bob Jenkins and Jerry Freeze, you know, no one's got anything but the highest praise for him. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know. Drop your comments below. Tell me what you think. You know, I want to hear kind of what y'all's predictions might be. But anyways, I'll holler at you later. Bye.